Let's not crash into another motorbike. Alright. Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm out in, yep, you guessed it, the Peak District. It's a lovely sunny day, and I figured why not. And today we're filming me and my Tenere episode 2, I believe it is. And today I'm just going to go over some of the likes and the dislikes of the bike. And also, you know, what's gone wrong with the bike after, I believe it is 1,600 miles. Yeah, so I've been riding this bike now for 1,600 miles in England. It has all been on tar, and I can tell you not a single thing has gone wrong with this bike. But I mean, that's to be expected nowadays with modern bikes. You know, and this bike is really designed to go out on, you know, long adventures and stuff like that, where, you know, riding on a tar road is nothing for it. So, you know, you can't really read too much into that. But, you know, it is nice to know that if you're going to buy a brand new one of these, you know, they should be quite reliable. I mean, they're known to be reliable. And they are quite fast too. I will not be able to put that on the thing. But in terms of likes and dislikes, there aren't too many things I dislike about this bike. So one of the ones, and a lot of them are very small niggles, because there's nothing majorly bad with these bikes, at least in my opinion. So number one is, when I first got the bike, I found that the handlebars are quite wide. They're quite wide, which takes a bit of getting used to. It might just be wider than bikes I've ridden before, but I did find it immediately that I was like, this is quite a wide stance. So you know, that's something to look out for. I know people complain also about how high it is, and that is true. It is a very high bike. I'm quite tall. I'm nearly 6 foot, and so I do have to be on my tippy toes a little bit when stopping at lights and stuff like that. But as far as like major problems with the bike, that's, you know, nothing. Another thing that does annoy me just a little bit, and it's again a tiny thing, is this over here. I'll do a proper video to show you. It's the engine cover. It slightly sticks out on the right side, which means that it bumps your foot ever so slightly. See the side of the engine over there? It just kind of it just ever so slightly gets in your way of your leg. So I find that, you know, like, you rub up there a little bit. It's not the end of the world, but as you can see on this side, you know, there is no real engine protruding, and there's nothing that gets in the way. I'm sure Yamaha tried to do something about that. And it's not that major of an issue. It would have just been nice if it was a bit more centric or asymmetrical. One other thing I would definitely look into is that although it's got 6 gears, it's not a very fast bike. I think the top speed is 124 mile an hour. Now, I don't really like speeding, especially on the public roads, but I do find that you're at quite a high rev in 6th gear at even 70 mile an hour. So it would be nice if it had like a 7th gear, or possibly look at getting a different sprocket to change your gearing a bit, and maybe give it a bit more top end, a bit less acceleration. One thing that is very nice, which I do like, is the power band is very smooth. Yeah, other than that, it is quite a heavy bike when you're maneuvering it, but when you're riding, it's a very maneuverable bike. It feels very light and agile, which is very nice and surprising. I love this bike, and I think that this is a very good bike for beginners in terms of how the power is delivered. It's delivered very what's the word? So the reason why I think this bike is quite good for beginners is the power is quite linear. It goes, there's no kind of massive spike of power and you're left like hanging on for, you know, dear life. So that'll be it for the end of the video. As always, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for, you know, more. I do this once a month, and we'll also inform everyone if there's something breaks or if I get to a set mileage, and we can get an update. Some of the things that we'll be doing also is some mods, you know, things that I will have changed on the bike. One thing I don't like is the feedback from the ABS on the rear brake. I really don't like it. The vibration that hits you is not great. So as always, thanks for watching. You know, your views are very much appreciated.